Guys, what the is going on there?
D-Zam.
Isaiah, this is one of those times where you should never joke about stuff like this, but I hope they were saying, look, we were just trying to prank you, but this is some straight up BS.
People came around like the Coliseum to watch them pull us from limb to limb. They were barbaric. They were incredibly cruel. They would put honey on us as they hung us, and they would let bees come. People took pictures of it. They cut off men's penises and put them in jars.
Still got those to this day.
Souvenirs.
They still got those to this day, floating around.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass studio.
I was down on my looking to hit me a lick, ready to get into some since I was legit. I had big dreams of getting rich. Now we leveling up in this. Take a look at my kicks. You know we stepping on toughest nigga. First one to get hit, don't make me send a blitz. My head is itching for it. Hollow to spit like a list, but wait. Whoa,
now what's the motherfucking deal? Welcome back to Sheldon's Bootleg Ass Studio, where you come to kick it, vibe out, and shoot this shit with Sheldon. If you hadn't already, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get up into this video today. Florida signs new law teaching that slaves benefited from slavery. Sheesh, this ought to be a good one. You feel me? Now, before we get up into this video, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it, or what I think this is about, because this is nothing but the dominant society trying to get in front of the reparations movement. All right. Now we got a real strong reparations movement that is picking up a lot of steam. Went mainstream. California has proposed to give $5 million and some land and other grants and things like that to those who were oppressed or, black descendants of slavery, of American slavery. Now, this right here is nothing but a monkey wrench being thrown or, to try to stop that momentum. Because the argument is that people of the dominant society has benefited from slavery. Even those who were slave owners was paid reparations for their property, quote unquote, after, the abolishment of slavery. But see, a lot of these things don't get taught to you. And if you're uneducated, then you won't know, and you are easily fooled. And not even those who are white supremacists, those who are just white directly and indirectly benefited from slavery. So this is them using our language, the grassroots level, our language, and trying to twist and throw a monkey wrench in it, because this is really picking up a lot of steam and they don't want to pay up. Our ancestors built this country from the free labor. It gave the country the economic boost that it needed. And we have yet to be compensated for it. And they want to tell us in this reparations movement that we are asking for a handout, when that's not true at all. This is a debt that needs to be paid by the government. Yes, indeed. And I made this reference before. It's sort of like, let's say you got a credit card bill that you never paid and it goes off into collections. Now you owe collections. They inherited that debt. That's the same with the government not paying our ancestors the reparations they deserved. We inherited the pain, the suffering, the debt, and all of that came with it. So you have yet to repair it, government, and we have yet to be repaired. Every single time we try to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps, you burn down our communities. You hung our fathers and grandfathers and uncles. You see what I'm saying? And this is not even of past tense. This is still going on today. But this is nothing much more than them trying to get in front of the reparations movement, throw a monkey wrench in the momentum of what's going on, and try to tell us that we benefited from slavery. So basically, we're not owed a damn thing. This is also them trying to rewrite history. But I digress. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go and get up into this video of today.
if you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
Joining us and sticking around for our second half hour of The Factor. Imagine your ancestors surviving nearly 250 years of slavery. Most of you don't have to imagine. Going through horrors that have been documented and the ones that weren't. For their experience to be taught as something as that was good in history. Sounds like something That's totally crazy, right? And as crazy as it sounds, this scenario is real despite.
It was good for those who benefited from slavery, actually benefited from slavery, and that would be those who enslaved. So that would be the slave owners. Also, the ones who benefited from the structure built around white privilege, white society, white supremacy. You feel me? So whether you was a slave owner or not, you didn't do anything to systematically stop what was going on. And you do have a benefit of privilege built around it. So let's not be, you know what I'm saying? Let's not play dumb.
Backlash. The Florida Board of Education has approved new lessons on slavery in school. Get this. It would claim slavery brought a personal benefit to black people. Not only is this ridiculous, it's a slap in the face for those ancestors who suffered so much damn horrific terrorization and just horrible experiences back then. I asked State Representative Yolanda Jones and Ron Reynolds to weigh in on this.
Guys, what the is going on there?
D-Zam.
Isaiah, this is one of those times where you should never joke about stuff like this, but I hope they were saying, look, we were just trying to prank you. But this is some straight up BS. This is one of the most idiotic.
Ain't no damn prank plan or nothing like that when it come to this shit, dog. And we gotta stop all this shucking and jiving. And I know that ain't what he doing, but that shouldn't even been a statement. Cause why would we be hoping for it to be a prank? Them other people don't play like that. The people who suffer from the Holocaust, they don't play like that. We're the only people who allow people to tell us what's good for us. You feel me? We're the only people that people feel like they need to tell us what's good for us. You know why? Because we always asking and begging for a seat at they motherfornicating table that they don't want us to sit at. And I, quite frankly, don't want to sit at no motherfornicating table that I ain't welcome at. I build my own table. I sit on the floor and eat off the dirt before I sit and shit and sleep somewhere that I ain't wanted. You feel me? Got to get it out the mud. That's what that mean. Sitting at, man, how many times have y'all heard that? We just want to sit at the table. We just want to sit at the table. Nigga, fuck the table. Shit.
One of the most insulting, infuriating things that I've ever seen come out of a body. And I've seen some crazy stuff. But to say that there was some benefits to slavery for slaves, the only benefit was to the white slave owners whose backs my ancestors built wealth. And there's still wealth inequality today because of it. But there was no benefit to slaves other than being killed, other than being used as property and chattel, other than being beaten to death, picking cotton, building buildings, doing what the master wanted. There was nothing. It was barbaric. It was heinous. They whipped them. They beat them. They worked them to death. So this is outrageous that they want to teach this to kids. It's bad enough that they want to talk about this woke agenda, which is a bunch of right-wing nonsense, but now they've gone way too far. And I hope that the people of Florida will wake up and speak out against this nonsense. That everybody should be pissed off right now in the state of Florida and all over the country. They should be outraged.
Representative Jones, are they trying to rewrite history with this? I mean, it's just mind-blowing telling people there are benefits to slavery, and we want the kids to decide what was good and bad.
Are they trying to rewrite history? They've absolutely rewritten history, one. What they don't want for them to feel guilt. They don't want for them to feel responsibility for what other people in their race did. Well, we're talking about separating children from their families. They did that in slavery. They literally broke up families. They lynched us. They had spectator sports of us. People came around like the Coliseum to watch them pull us from limb to limb. They were barbaric. They were incredibly cruel. They would put honey on us as they hung us, and they would let bees come. People took pictures of it. They cut off men's penises and put them in jars.
Still got those to this day. They still got those to this day, floating around. If you don't believe me, you need to go check out Hidden Colors. Is it 5 by Tariq Nasheed? Check it out. You know what I'm saying? Like they still got this shit going on to this day, man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They have an infatuation with the black male genitalia. Oh God, indubitably. It's not even, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not speaking of every one of them. No, I'm speaking of, in general, white supremacy. You feel me? Like, yeah.
This is craziness. What I think the word they used, what word did they use? Acts of violence. Really? What a nice way to say what they did to us. So I'm offended. I'm ticked. I don't think the people in Florida are going to stand up to it. They're led by DeSantis, who is not, he doesn't appreciate black people. In fact, he doesn't appreciate very many people. So, and I think that other states will try to emulate this. I fully expect for Greg Abbott, Mr. Hot Wheels, to come in and try to out.
No, she ain't call his man Hot Wheels, man. If you don't know, Greg Abbott, Governor Greg Abbott, is paralyzed, and he's in a wheelchair, man. You feel me? Hey, listen. I know this guy who's paralyzed, man. He's in a wheelchair. He always makes jokes about himself, and he would have said some shit like that. That's why it's so funny to me, because, you know what I'm saying, I know his sense of humor. He crack jokes all the time on himself. I be like, damn, bro, chill out.
Other states will try to emulate this. I fully expect for Greg Abbott, Mr. Hot Wheels, to come in and try to outdo DeSantis. So they're going to try to out whatever this stuff is they did in Florida. And so I'm very disappointed. We need people to get out and vote because we have a lot of people who feel the...
I don't know, man. I don't know if they're going to try this shit here in Texas, man. I don't know. I think they take too much pride in what the hell they did. I think they take too much goddamn pride in what they... I don't think they're going to try it here in Texas. I don't know. I could be wrong. You feel me? I'm here in Texas. Yeah, they take too much pride in Texas. I don't think they're just going to fly here.
Exact same way here in Texas and around the country, because this country was built on our backs. We did not have choices. It was not a, no, sir, I don't want to perform those job responsibilities. Like, no, sir, I don't want for you to rape me. You know, no, sir, I don't want for you to have me and some man sleep together so that you can breed us like animals so that we can have stronger slaves to work your fields and build this country. So no, I'm real upset about this. I'm offended by it. And it's my understanding that when they had a hearing on it and all these people complained.
Well, let's go fight for these reparations then, shit.
About it, the education board there, after the public comments, voted it into law. And so my thing is, it was always a kangaroo court. They are performing, I guess,
theatrics.
Public hearings that mean nothing because they're going to do what they're going to do. And the only way to stop them is for us to vote and vote them out of office.
And of course, Representative Reynolds, when people hear this and they are still not motivated to get out and vote and make a difference in their community.
I don't think that's the answer, though. We ain't never got nothing through voting. But I understand what you got to do, Mr. Isaiah. I fornicate with what you got going on, you feel me? But I don't think that's the answer. We ain't never got nothing by voting. Nobody has ever got nothing by voting. They didn't need to vote to give those Afghanistanians, how's it pronounced? They didn't need to vote to get those Afghans the money that they gave those, the Ukrainians. You know what I'm saying? All they did was cut a goddamn check. We don't need no vote. All we need is to get the grassroots to do what the grassroots do. You know what I'm saying? What happened in 2020 after the George Floyd situation? It was uprisings around this motherfucker. Yes, a lot of it was controlled opposition, but it started with the grassroots. They had to get in front of that shit. But when it did get out of hand, what did they do? The police started kneeling. They got tired after day 12 and 13 of protests. They got tired. It don't take no voting to get no shit changed. Like, man, you go out here. We the people can make the change without no damn voting.
What can you tell them? What can you do if people just don't care enough to get out and vote and stop this kind of stuff?
What has voting done?
When I had hair, I would have pulled my hair.
For the black community. What has voting done for the black community? You know what I'm saying?
But if this don't motivate they damn ass, I don't know what will. Do you know that they want to put you back in slavery? When they want to say make America great again, there are many MAGA folks, they trampled upon our voting rights, our civil rights, women's right to choose, LGBTQ rights, and now we're seeing even more extreme. So I don't know what it's going to take. Sometimes I want to wring their necks and say, what difference does it make? This is the difference that it makes. Passing laws and policies like this that set us back. We have overcome so much in this country on the shoulders of those who paved the way. And in many regards, because of people like Governor DeSantis and Governor Abbott, we're going back. And so unless people wake up and start voting their values and holding elected officials accountable.
Go. Voting the values. If we do vote, and when I say voting, I do mean the presidential election. I didn't mean local. You feel me? Voting locally, that's totally different. That's direct. And what you know what I'm saying, that's hands-on in your community. So let me rephrase and correct myself. You know what I'm saying? I mean presidentially. That they don't do a goddamn thing. It has done nothing. And then us black people, a lot of us got our priorities messed up when it comes to the voting. All we do is vote blue no matter who. You know what I'm saying? Like we're supposed to just be Democrats. What we're supposed to be doing, people with smarts, people with brains, vote in their interests. So what is the politician proposing for your community? Or is it anything that strikes your interest? You know what I'm saying? No, they ain't doing nothing for us black people, but we out here voting for them. Oh, we got to let him get in office first. He got to undo what the last one did. We got to give him a chance. He only been in office for a year. Well, now he got to get his second term. Like, we come up with all these damn excuses. If they not talking about it during their campaign, if we not holding them to the fire during their campaign, they not going to switch that shit up once they get elected. I don't know what we got fucked up, but we got a lot of shit fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
So they represent all people, not just the far extreme right. You're going to continue to see bad policies like this. So I'm going to tell them, don't complain to me about these bad policies if you don't vote. Your vote was bought by blood because people died for that precious fundamental right that we have to vote. And shame on anyone, man or woman that's over 18, that's eligible to vote, that does not vote. Shame on them.
Shame on me then.
Everything they can to strip all the protections that our forefathers fought for and died for.
No, I hate when people say that. That's not what the hell they fought and died for. What they fought and died for was the right to choose. Damn. People get that shit twisted. That shit is redundant. Like, God, please. We are so educated, yet we are so stupid at the same time. Our forefathers did not fight for that reason, did not die for that reason. They fought to be a man, for the right to choose if you want to or if you don't, for the right to exercise. What did Martin Luther King say? All we want is for America to be true to what they said on paper. That's what we want. That's what they fought and died for. Stop the BS, man.
Shame on any person for sitting on their behinds and not voting.
And you can't shame nobody for not voting.
Sheldon, little bootleg ass.
You know, it baffles me that people say that because that's just like us being Americans, right? We have people who go and fight overseas at war for the country and doing whatever jobs that they do in military, whether they cooking, whether they are police, whether they are nurse, whatever. They're contributing to the military. They fight, they die, they live, they come back home. Some of them don't, whatever. That's the same thing as saying, well, you didn't fight in the war. You ain't got the right to be an American. What the fuck? People be like, well, if you didn't vote, you ain't got the right to say nothing. You ain't got the right to complain. You ain't got the right to do nothing. Yes, the hell I do. I'm an American just like you. You exercise your right just like I exercise my right not to vote. And I still can complain. It don't make no sense to me. We all on the same team. Just cause you go vote and I don't mean I ain't standing up doing something for the community. Me personally, I'm speaking to y'all, telling y'all. I'm talking to y'all through the airways. Y'all can either go vote or not vote. That's neither here nor there. I'm not gonna love you any differently, and I'm not gonna shame you for doing so. What I would shame you is for not voting educatedly. I would tell you stupid as hell for just voting and not getting no background checks on none of these people. That's what I would shame you for that. But for using, nah, like what the hell? Come on now. It don't make no sense to me. But that's just me, my opinion. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below. If you vibed all the way out to the end, I really do appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I'm Sheldon Vybez. We need y'all to be cool like the other side of the pillow. Stay light on your toes like you're supposed. Oh yeah, no.
If you ain't fucking with my nigga Sheldon, nigga, fuck you. Yeah.
God.